Hello students of class 6. So today I am going to discuss the next exercise, that is exercise 9.1. Already in the last lecture I have discussed the topic root and solution. So what is root and what is solution? The equation is having an unknown and the value of unknown, or you can say that unknown, okay, is called the root or solution of that equation. So here I am doing question number 1. Here you have to see that 2 is the root of this equation or not. So the question is determined by substitution. The meaning of substitution is you have to substitute, you have to put the value of the unknown is equal to 2. Here it is given that you have to put the value of unknown is equal to 2. Okay, so we will put x is equal to 2. And after putting, if the left hand side part is equal to the right hand side part, then we can say that that particular number is the root of this given equation. Okay, so let us do it. So see here, see I am putting x is equal to 2. So after putting x is equal to 2 in the given equation, this is the given equation which is given in the question. So we are putting x is equal to 2. And after solving it, we are getting the left hand side as 0 and right hand side is already 0. That means both sides are same, both sides are equal. Therefore, we can say left hand side equal to right hand side. Hence, 2 is the root of the given equation. That means 2 is the solution of this equation. If the left hand side is not equal to right hand side, then we have to write that the particular number is not the root of the given equation. So students, try to do the next number, that is number B. Okay. So see student, in the next question number 2, we have to read the question first of all properly and then we have to form the algebraic equation. Already it is given in the question that no need to solve the equation. So how to form the algebraic equation? Already I told you that we have to use the constant, or you can say number, from the given question, and the unknown. Unknown means the value, the item, or you can say the object, the cost of an object which is not given, or the number which is not given in the question. We have to take that number as an alphabet, as a literal. We can say x, y, z, anything that is also called literal. In the last chapter also we have discussed that part. So see, in question number A also we are going to form an algebraic equation using the given condition. Okay, so no need to solve the algebraic equation, just you have to form the equation. So see here, here it is given that cost of the book, cost of the pen is rupees 8. Okay, and cost of the book is not given. So that means we have to take the cost of the book as rupees x. Okay, so I am taking it as an alphabet x. So cost of pen is already given. So one more condition is given that if we add 7 to the cost of the pen, then we will get the cost of the book. Okay. And this particular statement, we can also this statement like that if we subtract 7 from the cost of the book, then we will get the cost of the pen. So according to this question, A/Q means according to the question, cost of the book minus 7, when we subtract 7 from the cost of the book, then we will get cost of the pen. So what is the cost of the book? It is x. Already we have taken as x sorry, minus 7 is equal to cost of pen is rupees 8. Okay, so this is the algebraic equation. Next come to number B. Here it is given that Daisy every day Daisy studies 8 hours a day. That means in a day she spends time 8 hours. She spends 8 hours time in her studies. Okay, and in this hours 6 hours she studies at school, and the remaining time which is left, that time she used to do her homework. So you have to form an algebraic equation. So taking the unknown as x. So what is not given? See here, the time taken by her to do her homework, that part is not given. So that part we have to take it as x. So here see, I have written in the third line, let time she spends doing her homework will be x hours, suppose. Okay, and total time spent by her, suppose this will total time spent by her, this is already given, that is 8 hours, and she studies in school, time taken by her is 6 hours. This 6 hours she used to study in school. Okay, so see, according to this condition we can write that x plus 6, that means time, this time she studies in her school, and this is the time she used to do her homework. Okay, and the total time, if we add the two time, okay, then we will get 8. Why we are getting 8 here? Because this is the total time taken by her to do studies. In a day she used to study 8 hours. Okay, so that means time taken by her to do her homework plus time taken, time she spends in school. After adding the two numbers, we should get the total time taken by her in her study. Okay, so that will be equal to 8. So this is the algebraic equation. So no need to solve it further. Next, come to number D. 6 more than a number r is 13. That means when we add 6 to a number r, then we will get 13. So we will get 13 means is equal to 13. So according to this condition, we can write 6 is added to r, or you can write r plus 6. Already we know that addition satisfies commutative property, so we can write like this also, or we can write like this also, equal to what? 13. Okay, so this is the algebraic equation. Similarly, in F number, 18 less than a number p is 20. That means we have to subtract 18 from an unknown number p, then we will get 20. So according to this condition, we can write p minus 18 equal to 20. But in this case, we cannot write 18 minus p, as in subtraction commutative property is not satisfied, you know already. Okay, so this is the final algebraic equation. So see, in previous question in A and B, we have written like that, let the cost of the book be rupees x. That means the unknown which is not given, we are taking it as an alphabet. But in these cases, we are not taking any alphabet, because in question already the alphabet is given. So that's why no need to take any alphabet, just that alphabet you have to put in the algebraic equation according to the conditions. Okay. So next is number k. In number k, it is given that you have to add two numbers, that is 7 and a number a, then you will get 12. So 7 is added to a, so the answer will be equal to 12, or you can write a plus 7 is equal to 12. So this is the final algebraic equation. Next is question number 3. Question number 3, you can do it in book itself. So here you can see in number a, you have to choose a number. So here they are choosing that number to be x. So you have to multiply it by 4. That means you have to write 4 into x. In the second line, in the second blank space, we have to write 4 into x. That will be 4x. Okay. So you can do it in book itself, this one. So this is the second blank space. So next is add 8. Then after adding 8, we will get 4x plus 8. Okay. You have to add 8 to this number. Okay. So the next one is divide by 4. That means you have to divide this whole 4x plus 8 by what? By 4. So you can write like this also, or you can write whole divide by 4 also. Okay. So you can write like this also. So this is the fourth blank. Okay. Next is subtract 1. That means 4x plus 8 whole divide by 4 minus 1. Okay, this one will be the next blank. And the last, subtract the original number. So now from this number, okay, you have to subtract the original number. So what was our original number? Original number was x. So you have to write this one, and then you have to write minus x. Okay, so this is the algebraic expression for this question number A. So try to do number B also. So students, see the next question. In 4 also we have to write the algebraic expression, and no need to solve the algebraic expression. So students, see, first of all you have to write the given condition, that is cost of one notebook is given, that is rupees 3, and total cost of all the notebooks is given, that is rupees 96. So let the total number of notebooks be y. That means this is what? This is the quantity of notebooks. So this much notebook he is buying from the shop. Okay. So this is the number of notebooks, total number of notebooks. So see, if the cost of one notebook is rupees 3, then what will be the cost of two notebook? You have to write 3 into 2. Similarly, what will be the cost of 3 notebook? You have to write 3 into 3. And what will be the cost of 4 notebooks? You have to write 3 into 4. Similarly, like this, if I ask you that what will be the cost of y notebooks? Okay, then you have to multiply 3 with what? Y. Okay, that is the total quantity of the notebooks. So according to the question, we can write 3 into y. Y is the total number of notebooks, which is not given. So no need to find it, but here we have to write that variable. So that will be y is equal to 96. So you can, if you are taking n, so you can write n also. So that will be, or you can write 3 into n, that will be 3n, or 3y is equal to 96. That is the algebraic equation. Okay. So next is B number, you have to do it by yourself. Okay. And next is C. C I am doing. From 2 packets of crayons, 5 crayons were removed. Now there are 15 crayons in all. That means there were 2 packets of crayon and they are removing 5 crayons. Okay, 5 crayons from the 2 packets. Okay, we don't know how many crayons are there in one box. Okay, so it is also given that after removing 5 number of crayons, the total number of crayons left now is 15. Okay, so see how many crayons were there in each packet. So we don't know how many numbers of crayons are there, so we have to take that number. Okay, so let the number of crayons in each packet be x. Okay, so number of crayons in 2 packets will be how much? If in one packet is the number is x, this is the quantity. Okay, again here it is the quantity of the crayons. Okay, so the quantity of crayons in one packet is x. Therefore, the quantity, that is the number of crayons in 2 packets, will be 2 into x, because we have to multiply the quantity of crayon present in one packet multiplied by what? Number of packets. Suppose if there are 5 crayons in one box. Okay, so if I am having 5 boxes like this, okay, and in each we are having 5 crayons, 5 number of crayons. So then the total number of crayons will be 5 into 5, that will be 25. Similarly here in one packet we are having x number of crayons. So in 2 packets we are having how many crayons? Yes, x into 2 or 2 into x, that will be 2x. So this is the number of crayons in 2 packets. So we are removing 5 crayons now. So if 5 crayons are removed from 2x number of you can say crayons, then what will be the answer? Yes, you have to subtract 5 from it because we are removing. That means it will be decreased. Okay, so we have to subtract 5 from the total number of crayons present in the 2 packets. Okay, so 2x minus 5, and it is given in the question that after removing 5 number of crayons, number of crayons left in the packet will be total will be 15. So we have to equal that number to 15. So the final algebraic equation will be 2x minus 5 equal to 15. Okay student, so try to do the questions which I have not done. You can easily do it. Just read the questions properly and try to make the equation. And you have any difficulty or any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, thank you students.